You are on a journey. You will learn about the lives of some of the best men that ever lived. These were men sent by Allah. You will learn why they were sent and who they were sent to, and what lessons we can learn from their lives. They are the prophets. The first of them is Adam alayhi salam, and the last is Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Allah sent the Prophet Ibrahim alayhi salam. Even as a young child, Ibrahim was very wise. "Why do you pray to something you cannot see or hear?" he asked his father. "Stones cannot harm you or bring you any good." But his father didn't want to hear. "If you don't stop, I will stone you," he said, "so leave me alone." But Ibrahim did not give up so easily. He waited until all the town people were away. He picked up his axe. Ibrahim had an idea in mind. He went up to the stones and smashed them into little bits. He placed his axe on the biggest stone and left it standing. It was all part of his plan. The people could not believe their eyes when they returned. "Who has done this to our gods?" they asked in anger. "The big one did it," said Ibrahim. "So ask them if they are able to speak." But they were just stones. Stones cannot talk. "You know that they do not speak," said the people with shame. Ibrahim's plan was working. "So why do you pray to them instead of Allah?" asked Ibrahim. "Don't you have any sense?" The people did not know what to say. Ibrahim showed them the truth in such a clever way, but they were too proud and turned away. "Let's throw him into a blazing fire," they said with rage. They prepared the fire for days. Its smoke and flames piled high into the air. The fire was burning hot. They threw the young boy in. "Oh fire, be cool and safe for Ibrahim." It was an order from Allah. Ibrahim walked out safely. The fire did not harm him at all. It was a miracle, but there was still much work to be done. Ibrahim left his town. He travelled the earth, moving from place to place. He called people to Islam, fearing no one but Allah. Ibrahim had a wife called Hajar. Her son, Ishmael, was a prophet of Islam. May Allah bless Ishmael alayhi salam. Ibrahim took his family far away to a desert valley. Ishmael was still a baby then. There were no plants or signs of life around. It was dry and empty. Then Ibrahim did something rather strange. He began to walk away, leaving Hajar and Ishmael behind. Hajar could not believe it. "Why are you leaving us here?" she asked. But Ibrahim kept on walking and did not reply. Hajar kept on asking. "Has Allah told you to leave us here?" she asked. "Yes," said Ibrahim. "Then he won't let us die like this." Hajar put her trust in Allah. The desert heat was beating down hard. Hajar and Ishmael were all alone and thirsty. Ishmael began to cry, curling up into a ball. Hajar could not take it anymore. She got up and began looking for water. She ran through the valley and up the hills, peering far and wide, but there was no help in sight. Hajar looked down at her poor baby in the middle of the valley. Something was happening down there. There was a spring, gushing with water. Hajar came running down. It was a gift from Allah. She scooped up the water and gave it to Ishmael. Allah saved them with the miracle of the Zamzam well. The valley grew into a town called Mecca. Ishmael was a young boy now, and Ibrahim came to visit him. That was when Ibrahim saw his dream. "Oh, my son, I saw in a dream that I was sacrificing you," said Ibrahim. "So tell me what you think." It was an order from Allah, and it had to be done. But Ibrahim loved his son dearly. "Do what Allah has ordered you to do," said Ishmael. He never let Shaitan get in the way. Ishmael always did what Allah likes. Ibrahim laid his son down. It was not an easy thing to do. He raised his knife and sliced it down. It was all over. They passed the test and did what Allah said. Allah saved Ishmael and put a sheep in his place. There was no need for him to bleed. Shaitan's trick did not work with Ibrahim. He followed the truth and did what Allah likes. So Allah took him as a close friend. Ibrahim won in the end. Allah told Ibrahim to build the Kaaba in Mecca. Ishmael helped his father too. It was the first house made for people to pray to Allah alone. Ibrahim called the people to visit the Kaaba. There was no one around at that time, but Allah made the people answer the call. So many people come to Mecca to make Hajj today. They come from every land, far and near. They come riding, sailing, and flying in on planes. Every journey, no matter how long, must come to an end. We have come to the end of our journey through the life of Ibrahim alayhi salam. But did you think it was all over? Shaitan was still there making his call. He played his trick on a king called Pharaoh. He thought he was God and never prayed to Allah. Pharaoh had a powerful and strong army and used it to harm people. Something had to be done to stop him. Discover what happens next time in the story of Musa alayhi salam.
Do you want to appear on ICKids brand new shows? If so, then send us your name, address and phone number to ickkids@islamchannel.tv.